All right, y'all. So I forgot to take a picture of the meal that I had earlier today, but I figured it wasn't a huge deal seeing as it was your regular schmegular Waba Grill. What was it? White chicken rice bowl, pretty much. So it was just rice, base rice, no veggies. I forgot to throw in like a half and half, but it was, yeah, all rice and chicken with sauce. But I also forgot to tell them no sauce. I usually do no sauce, but I had sauce on it. But I didn't take a picture of it. Luckily, which is another reason why I like Waba Grill, you can go to their website and they have their like breakdown of the nutrition for each like bowl and like side, and if you just get chicken and steak by itself. I think they also have like a fish one, but they have all the combos on there. You can look at it and it just makes things so much easier. So for that bowl that I had, it was the regular bowl. I had 46 grams of protein, 116 grams of carbs, and 7 grams of fat. It was, yeah, pretty light on the fat because it was the white chicken. That chicken usually doesn't have fat on it. At least that I've never had it with fat. So that was pretty nice. And I am starting to get like cravings. They're coming back. They're coming back. And I had that white meat chicken bowl. I had some Starburst, and I had a Rolo chocolate. And the Starbursts are only 20 calories each. Wasn't a big deal, but I mean, I still tracked it. I had 3 of those, 60 calories for about 12 grams, almost 13 grams of carbs, and 1 Rolo, which was about the same as 25 grams, because I only had one. It was 25 calories for 3 grams of carbs, 0 protein, 1 gram of fat, super minimal. But just trying to get through the different apps because, once again, the Chrono app that I usually use, they didn't have the white chicken rice bowl that I got. I think it was a rice bowl. So I had to hop on over to my Fitness Pal, and you can kind of see it right there. Don't mind the blaring glare in the background. But it was one app for that, and then I planned out the rest of my day based off of what I had earlier today and what I didn't have yesterday. So yesterday I was under on like carbs, I was way over on protein. I was also slightly under on fats. So today is kind of a makeup day, so my reverse diet can continue to keep reversing in a sense, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a total of 146 point whatever grams of protein for the day. I'm gonna have almost 200 grams of carbs for the day, and there's a reason to that. And finally, for the fats, I'm gonna have about 59 grams of fats. I know my max for the day is 60, and that's also keeping everything within the 1850 calories, right? So for the calories, I didn't really see that. I think it's like 1850, 1849, 1859. I'll have to look at it later. But it's staying within the macros or the calories because there is a window. It's the 1850 is, yes, stay as strict as possible. But like yesterday, I wasn't able to get all of my macros in. So it kind of like threw me off. So now you kind of have to play catch up to be able to make up for what was lost yesterday. So today I'm having 146 grams of protein, which is still a little too high for today. I might even have less than that. I might change it up for dinner. But because I had almost 50 extra grams of protein yesterday, I can afford to not eat as much protein today. So I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna try and keep it at the 140. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it at exactly the 146. I might keep it at 140. I don't know, but for now we're tracking to be at 146 for the day. And for the carbs, here's a trip. So even though I didn't get to where I was supposed to be at yesterday, my body is recovering from, the starvation mode that it was in. So that's the whole point of this reverse diet, is to let my body know, signal it, let it know that, hey, we're not dying, we're okay. We just need to send a strong signal to my body to let it know that you're not dying, and it's okay to continue to lose whatever fat you have. So for today, the 199 grams of carbs is making up for yesterday, but also it's making up because I had such shit recovery. So if you look at here, see that I had 33% recovery, and I had 6 hours of sleep, which is not great, but I've had 5 hours and like 45 minutes before, and I've been almost 90% recovered. So there was definitely some fuckery going on, and I think it might have to do with my legs, because my legs are super sore today from the workout that I did like 2 days ago, I think. And I had kind of a not great workout yesterday. It was chest day, not that great. So I think last night, with my carbs being not where they needed to be, I just didn't get great recovery. So I want to have good recovery tomorrow, because I am going to be flying for work again for the weekend. So I want to be as prepped as possible. So more carbs equals better recovery. It fills your glycogen stores and just helps you get a better pump at the gym, which is what I'm trying to do today, because yesterday did not feel that. So for the second meal, that was the first meal. The second meal, here we have it. We've got 7 ounces of steak. No, actually 5 ounces, because we're trying to stay under the 150 grams of protein. So we're dialing back on the steak, on the protein. So it's 5 ounces. We've got the 50 grams of rice, white rice, and 75 grams of queso fresco, which I'm okay with that. I love me my cheese. I love me some cheese, especially queso fresco. Fuck hard with that. Fuck heavy. But I also don't want to be too protein loaded before the gym. I'd rather have the protein after I work out, just because I've done it before and I feel a little sluggish when I have too much protein in my system. But nonetheless, this is the meal that we're gonna have now, and I might add some seasoning to this rice just to help out. But yeah, I definitely want to have the most amount of carbs that I can today. And according to my AI trainer, which is DeepSeek, that's the one I've been using, it told me that 200 grams of carbs is great, especially with my terrible recovery and the fact that I didn't have what was required of me yesterday, or what my body was requiring. I didn't have that, and today I woke up feeling super tired. So it's okay for me to have the extra amount of carbs. So that's it for meal 1. Gonna get this meal down and head to the gym. But I will see you guys in about 0.5 seconds. After popular demand, here it is. For those of you that asked, I've been getting some, hey, you should do mukbang style. Hey, what did you end up eating? That's not like it's my whole video, but yeah, this steak is good. This London broil I think you just have to know how to cook it, because if you don't, and I'm not saying I'm not saying that I know how to cook it, but I take the easy route. I don't know about y'all. Throw this bad boy in the air fryer, 6 minutes, 6 total, 3. Then it beeps. I shake it, let the seasoning get nice and in there, and then 3 more minutes. Call it a day. You got yourself a nice pound steak. Shoot, I'll throw in 1.5 pounds in there of steak. You know what I did forget? I forgot the seasoning. Hold on. No, this is not an ad, but this shit is dank. I'm sorry for whoever has to smell me during the workout, because this is so good. The flavor is just really strong, and you know, it leaves some lingering smells. But salt, garlic, pepper, can't go wrong with that. This cheese, boy. You know what? I shouldn't even be telling you guys about this cheese. Putting you guys on right now. Don't be blowing up my spots either. Damn. Shit. Juicy as hell, boy. Remember I was telling you guys? If you cut bigger pieces and then you put it in the air fryer, you'll get juicier pieces. See, I used to put in pieces like this. Can you guys see this? I used to put them in this size into the air fryer. It would come out so dry. Not the move. Yeah, this brand I feel just knows what they're doing with their seasonings. Not that I've tried many other brands, but this is damn good. Yeah, I was talking to my coworker today about just the traveling that I have to do and asking him for some advice, because this is he's done this event before. It's a shared client, so he kind of knows the ins and outs of where I'm about to be next weekend. And we got into talking about just how there's nothing really healthy to eat in that area that I'm gonna be at. So just got into talking about eating healthy. And then I was telling him, like, yeah, it's so crazy because when I was 180, I looked at the chart because I wanted to know. I wanted to know where I stood up against like the average dude, you know? And I saw somewhere I'm sure it was like Instagram or TikTok. No, I wasn't on TikTok back then. I'm sure it was on Instagram I saw. And it was this ad, and it said that something about, Americans, shit, Americans being obese. And I was like, that's a trip. So that kind of gave me the inception, And so then I started thinking, I'm like, fuck, am I obese? I don't have a six pack, but I don't, I don't have a belly sticking out of my fucking shirt. I don't feel like, I don't feel like I'm fat. So then I went ahead and I was like, well, what the hell? How do you even measure if you're obese? And then it said, oh, if you're, I think anything over 25% body or BMI, I think, don't quote me, but it was something like that. It just gave me a number. It was like, oh, if you're over this or if you're this or over this percentage or this number, body fat or BMI, then you're obese. You're up there. So I was like, there's no way. This is back when I didn't track anything. I feel like I was one of those guys that people talk about where it's like, oh, if I lose 10 pounds, I'll be shredded. That was my thought process. So it said, I think it said 25% or something like that. And I was 180 at the time. So 180 with I had muscle, but it wasn't popping out of my shirt or anything, So then I looked it up and I was like, okay, fine. This is the number. I bet you I'm not that. So then I found some scale. I found it somewhere. It was probably at the mall or some shit. And I weighed myself. I was like, okay, 180. Interesting. Or I think it was at a friend's house. And then it also had the other readings, right? Like the water, bone mass, fat, muscle mass. And it said I think it was crazy. I think I was at 30 BMI. I said, wait a minute. 30 BMI, are you sure? Because according to that, and according to the graph, I was a super obese person. Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. And then I tried another scale because I was like, man, this shit ain't right. This is just some cheapy scale and they're just trying to make money off of people thinking they're fat. Whatever crazy thought to make me feel better or try to make me feel better. So then I tried another one and it wasn't that exact number, but it was in that range. And I was like, okay. So I tried it, and then I went to the gym and then I was like, okay, let me try this. Same range. And then that's when it finally clicked. I'm like, damn, I'm a fat fuck. I'm a little fat piece of shit. So I think that's probably around the time where I started my fitness journey. And now I'm no 30 BMI, but we got some fat to get rid of still. This is so good. And then when the rice mixes in with like the tomato, or what the fuck, the steak. When the rice mixes in with the steak juice, it just hit different, you know? Just something about it. Yeah. It was good. I mean, I don't know how people get tired of this. This is so fucking good. So good, I could eat it 3 times a day. That's how fucking good this is. I don't know, you can see that. I just realized it. It's my old man cup. I'll let you take a guess what's in there. Obviously, it's vitamins. But which ones? Take a wild guess. Oh, I gotta lick this plate. Don't put it past me. I will fucking lick this plate. So good. Well, it's not as crazy as some of the other people I've seen when they take vitamins. It's not that much. Can you guys see that? Well, it's fish oil. We've got vitamin B, the B complex, vitamin C, and zinc. I don't really think, I mean, I take magnesium. I do take magnesium, but I take that one usually at night because it helps me sleep. See, I fucked up because that's what I should have done last night. That would have probably helped me get better recovery, better rest, but I didn't. So, but I usually do, which is probably also a contributing factor as to why I've been sleeping so damn well, but I didn't take it last night. So that might be the reason why. There might be a correlation there. But yeah, let's get these down the hatch. Jesus Christ. I think I got water on the mic. Fuck. I think I did. Shit. Well, that's meal number 2 for today. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if this was worth it. Yeah, story time. Story time for you guys. Well, not right now, but like earlier. It was my villain origin story. Fitness origin story, I guess. But this camera is dying. It's at about 4%. I don't want it to cut off mid story on something else. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna call it. I will see you guys for meal number 3, final meal of the day. But we're done here. Gonna get into some gym clothes. Gonna fill up my water bottle a little bit more before I leave. Gonna hit back today. Try a new pre-workout. I ran out of my pre-workout, so I'm gonna try a new one. We'll see what the gym has. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys for meal number 3 in about 0.5 seconds for you, and I don't know, probably like 3 hours for me. But I'll see you guys in a bit. Final meal of the day. We made it. Another one down for the books or whatever. 6 ounces of steak. We've got 50 grams of jasmine white rice and 73, oh, you guys can't even see it, but 73 grams of queso fresco, white Mexican cheese. Love that shit. Yeah, so this is, obviously, it's a little lighter on fats. It's the same with carbs, and it's a little bit heavier than the previous meal on protein, but we already went over why we're doing that. And the rice might look a little different just because it was sitting a little longer. So today I decided to, just because I didn't want to wait, I decided to just cook just a straight up 100 grams of uncooked rice and just, you know, split it in half, eat half for my second meal or earlier, and then the other half eating it now. So I think that's probably easier. Although it's not as warm. I like when it's like nice and warm and like steaming. I mean, the rice cooker did keep it warm, but I just like when it's like, you know, steaming. That's pretty nice. It just tastes a little bit better, you know, having it be a little warmer. But final meal of the day, I'm excited to get this going. Had a good workout, did some back. It's just too busy for my liking. I'm never gonna be able to get over the fact that it's so damn busy anytime after like 3 or 4. But those are minor issues. Got a good workout regardless. Did some back, about 7 sets, and now gonna finish the day strong with however many calories I said earlier. I forgot already. I've got to do some math here. Let's see. So for these 2 meals, it's 1146, 1146 calories, plus the meal from earlier today was about 715. Puts us at 1861, which is not bad. It was, technically I'm over 50 calories, and I met macros perfectly. Definitely went over carbs, but that's because we're making up for last night. So trade-off. But I mean, that's really it. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, and you know, I really am finding myself relying a little more on the AI. What are they called? PT, like physical trainer or nutritionist. I guess it's my nutritionist at this point, not my trainer, because I only ask it questions regarding macros and calories and what's good, what works, what doesn't. And I just find that easier than, you know, trying to scour the internet and technically do my own research. But it's just easier when I have this thing, you know, it scours the internet for me and it just gives me the facts and, you know, 0.5 seconds, faster than I can read, you know, 1 page on like my phone. So I like it for that reason. But you know, it just comes down to your willingness to want to be able to be consistent and pursue whatever goal it is that you're trying to achieve, whether it's losing weight, you know, putting on muscle, even like maintaining might be a little easier because you just have to eat similar to what you ate yesterday, right? And similar to what you ate 3 months ago or however long, because you're just keeping the same thing. You're not getting bigger, you're not trying to get smaller, you're not putting on any muscle, you're not losing any fat. So it's just literally maintaining. But for me, because, you know, especially because my like days have been kind of a little wild, just in terms of like food and not being able to get the proper nutrients. It definitely helps to be able to have that as a backup, and hey, like I, this is what I had earlier. And I'm also finding that eating crazier, like if I have to eat something, if I know my day is going to be crazy, like it's easier to, you know, eat a little crazy earlier in the day, whether it's with like calories or macros or whatever, than doing it at night. Because if you do it early and you're still able to track it, then at night you can just add or like supplement what it is that you missed, right? And it'll be a little easier because the meal will be smaller. You'll kind of have got rid of like the junk food of the day earlier, right? And I know for me, I think it's a little trickier because the fast food tends to happen later in the day. So I think that's when it gets a little tricky because no one's eating fast food early, right? It's mostly at night. It's like, fuck, I'm tired. It's been a long day. You know, we're going out to eat. We're not wanting to go to the store. The grocery store's closed. I ran out of food. I'm just gonna run out and get something. So it's a little easier to fall for it at night. But if you can somehow make that crazy meal earlier, then you can just supplement later in the day, as opposed to, eating perfectly during the day and then at night you have a cheeseburger and you fucking blow your calories over by like 400. Your fats go over by like 30 grams, and your protein, you don't hit your protein intake. You blow over way over your carbs. So it's just, just keep that in mind when, if you're looking to have maybe like a cheat meal or something. I think it's easier to do it during the day or earlier in the day. That way at night you could just go ahead and supplement with whatever it is that your first meal missed. You can get it all in later in the day. But anyways, that's my spiel. Make sure you track your macros, track your calories, and stay consistent. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my pretty much last day before I have to travel again. So see you guys tomorrow.